The 9 contestants in the studio tonight are here to show that they have brains as well as beauty. Each of them wants to win up to £50,000 for charity. However, if they want that prize money, they'll have to work as a team, but 8 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Ruth, I'm 24 from Bolton, and I'm here to get a few things off my chest.
I'm Dee, I'm 35 from Chigwell. I used to be a page 3 girl, but then I met a rich man.
I'm Lilani, I'm 22 from Bournemouth, and I'm looking forward to using my brain for the first time in 3 years.
I'm Zoe, I'm 21 from London, and I've been doing page 3 for 3 years.
I'm Jackie, I'm 24 from Staffordshire, and I'm here to prove I'm not as thick as I sound.
I'm Nicola, I'm 20 from London, and I'm the youngest here.
I'm Jamila, I'm 24 from Brighton. I'm a model and a radio co-host.
I'm Ruth, I'm 35, I'm originally from Newcastle. I'm an ex-page 3 girl, and now I'm a full-time mother.
I'm Jo, I'm 23 from Merseyside, and as you can see, I'm putting my degree to very good use.
Now the rules. In each round the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £5,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say the word bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, team, at the end of the round, only money that's been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Dee. Let's play the weakest link. The first question is for £100. Start the clock. D, in fashion, the clothing size L stands for what?
Large.
Correct. Leilani, in recreational sport, jet skiing is done on a surface of which substance?
Water.
Correct. Zoe, in entertainment, what is the first name of the elder sister of singer Danny Minogue?
Kylie.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in anatomy, a human being usually has how many thumbs?
2.
Correct. Nicola, which 4-letter word is the opposite of up?
Down.
Correct. Jamala, in TV, Barbara Windsor appears as Peggy in which soap?
EastEnders.
Correct. Ruth G. In The Home, which 4-letter word is the name given to a piece of wood on hinges closing the entrance to a room?
A door.
Correct. Jo.
Bank.
The phrase commonly used to mean everything you can think of is everything but the kitchen what?
Sink.
Correct. Ruth H. On an envelope, the letters MR affixed to the front of a name are short for which title?
Mr.
Correct. D. In April 2002, which British model and actress gave birth to a son named Damien Charles?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Correct.
Bank.
Leilani. According to the popular expression, during a heavy shower, it rains cats and what?
Dogs.
Correct. Zoe. In The Home, what M is a familiar bathroom and bedroom object consisting of a piece of glass with the back silvered?
Mirror.
Correct. Jackie. In modern technology, the antenna used to pick up television signals from transmitters orbiting the Earth is called a satellite what?
Dish.
Correct. Nicola. The national anthem of which country begins with the words, "Oh, say, can you see?"
America.
Correct. Jamala.
Bank.
In mathematics, which symbol consists of 2 short parallel lines placed one above the other? Equal to or divided by?
Pass.
Equal to, Jamala. Ruth G. In informal speech, rules for behaviour are sometimes known as do's and what?
Don'ts.
Correct. Jo. In food, what L is one of the 3 traditional daily meals?
Lunch.
Correct. Ruth H. In May 2001, Chris Evans married which pop singer?
Billy Piper.
Correct. D. In language, what H is both a pointer on a watch and a single round played in a card game?
Hand.
Correct. Leilani. In the UK, what can come in the cup sizes B, C and double D?
Bras.
Correct. Zoe. In the 1998 Football World Cup, which England player was shown a red card and sent off in a crucial match against Argentina?
Ryan Giggs.
David Beckham. Jackie, what P is a popular character of children's puppet theatre characterised by his humpback and hook nose?
Punch.
Correct. Nicola, in children's TV in April 2002, John Craven co-hosted the 30th anniversary edition of which news programme?
Blue Peter.
News round. Jamala, on a standard British monopoly board after Mayfair, which is the most expensive property to buy? Time's up. You managed to bank £3,500, but the sadness is you actually at one point had a chain of 14 correct answers. Who hasn't got much on top after all?
Rather well for myself in the page 3 business, and perhaps Leilani, Jackie and Jamila are maybe a tiny weeny bit jealous.
Round 2, team. So far you've won £3,500. You're down to 8 players. We are now taking 10 seconds off your time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's D. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. D, in pop music, all 4 members of the Beatles were born in which city?
Liverpool.
Correct. Leilani, in personal grooming, what name is given to the method of styling hair while using a handheld hairdryer?
Blow drying.
Correct. Zoe, in the expression, if you criticise somebody for something that is also true of yourself, you are the pot calling the kettle what?
Black.
Correct. Jackie, in music, what S means to produce words and a tune simultaneously from the mouth?
Symphony.
Sing. Jamila, in literature, the play Macbeth by William Shakespeare is set mainly in which country, now part of the UK?
Pass.
Scotland. Ruth G, in a public toilet, which word is usually displayed on the outside of a lock to indicate the cubicle is unoccupied?
Engaged.
Vacant. Joe, in astronomy, what is the alternative name for the dog star, Sirius or Darius?
Darius.
Sirius. Ruth H, in geography, what is the largest of the Balearic Islands?
Pass.
Mallorca. D, what L meaning a small bulge rhymes with bump, hump and mump?
Lump.
Correct. Leilani, what name is given to a small rectangular piece of food traditionally made of cod, coated in breadcrumbs and popular with children?
Fish finger.
Correct. Zoe, in English law, an act of 1872 made it a criminal offence to be drunk and what?
Disorderly.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in sport, the towns of Cheltenham and Ascot are official venues for the racing of which animal?
Horses.
Correct. Jamila, in photography, what name is given to the reversed image obtained when an exposed film is developed and fixed?
Processing.
Negative. Ruth G, in geography, in which country is Copacabana Beach?
Mexico.
Brazil. Joe, in the high street, which 4-letter word is the name for an institution dedicated to the safekeeping and lending of money?
Bank.
Correct. Ruth H, according to the proverb, what is in the eye of the beholder?
Beauty.
Correct. D.
Bank.
In food, cantaloupe, gallia and honeydew are varieties of which fruit?
Melon.
Correct. Leilani, in the United States, which of the following was a famous prison? Ding Dong or Sing Sing?
Sing Sing.
Correct. Zoe, in the stories by A.A. Milne, what type of animal is Winnie the Pooh?
Bear.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
which word meaning to drink by taking liquid into the mouth in small quantities rhymes with lip?
Sip.
Correct. Jamila, in clothing, mittens are worn on which part of the body?
Hands.
Correct. Ruth G, in TV, what form of transport was used by the BBC from 1997 to 2002 as a logo that appeared in between programmes? Time's up. The correct answer is hot air balloon. You only won £1,250, whose bra size turns out to be much bigger than her brain. The point used primarily by children is called a what tip pen?
Felt.
Correct. Leilani, on the London Underground, passengers who want to stand still on a moving escalator must remain on which side, left or right?
Right.
Correct. Zoe, in language, something good which occurs after something else good has already happened is said to be the icing on the what?
Cake.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in military history, what B is a tubular anti-tank rocket launcher invented in 1918?
Barrel.
Bazooka! Jamila, in geography, which is the only country to have a land border with Portugal?
Pass.
Spain. Ruth G, in a playground, what S is the name given to the structure which lets children descend a smooth sloping surface after climbing steps?
Slide.
Correct. Joe, in maths, what is 1/2 of 48?
24.
Correct. D. In
Bank.
cookery, what type of flour should be used when making pancakes, plain or self-raising?
Plain.
Correct. Leilani. Which common garden creature is defined as an air-breathing gastropod mollusk with a spiral shell?
Snail.
Correct. Zoe. In language, what P can come before card, bullet and surgery to make 3 well-known phrases?
Pass.
Plastic. Jackie. In women's fashion, very brief, close-fitting shorts, first fashionable in the early 1970s, are known as hot what?
Pants.
Correct. Jamila. In South America, what sort of physical feature is Titicaca, a waterfall or a lake?
Waterfall.
A lake. Ruth G. In
Bank.
childcare, a woman who is registered to look after other people's young children in her own home is known as a child what?
Minder.
Correct. Joe. Which fictional character was played by Sean Connery in the 1965 film Thunderball?
James Bond.
Correct. D.
Bank.
Which type of establishment carries out eye examinations, prescribes corrective lenses and supplies contact lenses? An osteopath or an optician?
An optician.
Correct. Leilani. The children's game Chutes and Ladders is an American version of the board game known in the UK by what name?
Snakes and ladders.
Correct. Zoe. In engineering, the barrier built across the Thames at Woolwich in 1982 is designed to prevent what? Invasion or flooding?
Flooding.
Correct. Jackie.
Bank.
In fashion, what C is the term applied to jewellery which is made using imitation stones that resemble precious gems but are valueless?
Costume.
Correct. Jamila. In rock music, the name of which well-known Irish band comprises only a single letter and numeral?
U2.
Correct. Ruth G. In the construction industry, a location where workers... Time's up. I can't complete the question, and in that round you only banked £1,500. Who turns out to be just a pretty face?
It's bored and I think it's time she ran.
Round 4 so far, you've bagged £6,250 out of potential prize money of £15,000. We are taking another 10 seconds off your time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. Yet again, that's D. Heaven help her. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. D. In the TV sitcom Only Fools and Horses, what was the name of the brother of Del Boy?
Rodney.
Correct. Leilani. In travel, a punt is a flat-bottomed boat usually propelled by what, a pole or a paddle?
A paddle.
A pole. Zoe. In food, what R is the thick outer layer of citrus fruit?
Rind.
Correct. Jackie. In spelling, what is the second letter of the word examination?
X.
Correct. Jamila. In any government department, which politician is the junior, the Minister of State or the Secretary of State?
Minister.
Correct. Joe.
Bank.
In the music business, which word meaning unattached is the name given to an individual's song release?
Solo.
Single. D. In science, rust is formed when iron is exposed to oxygen and which other substance, water or salt?
Salt.
Water. Leilani. In maths, what is 12 plus 21?
33.
Correct. Zoe. What C is a term for a device such as a drill or a telephone that is operated by an internal battery and not connected to mains electricity?
Cordless.
Correct. Jackie.
Bank.
In geography, the river Danube is in which continent?
France.
Europe. Jamila. In language, which word describes the colloquial way in which most ordinary people speak? Idiomatic or idiotic?
Idiotic.
No, idiomatic, dear. Joe. In entertainment, J-Lo is the nickname of which singer and actress?
Jennifer Lopez.
Correct. D. In fashion, which of the following is a synthetic substance, cashmere or nylon?
Nylon.
Correct. Leilani. In which American TV sitcom do the leading characters have the surnames Geller, Green, Buffett?
Friends.
Correct. Zoe. In welfare, what O is a single word meaning a home for children without parents?
Orphanage.
Correct. Jackie. In sport, third man is a position in the field of play in which team game, football or cricket?
Football.
Cricket. Jamila. In the modern English alphabet, which letter comes between P and R?
O.
No, Q, dear. Joe. In the United States, what name, reminiscent of the movie capital of the nation, did Dolly Parton give to her theme park?
Pass.
Dollywood. D. In clothing, where on the body are galoshes worn, above the waist or below the waist?
Below the waist.
Correct. Leilani. In US geography, Miami and St. Petersburg are cities in which state?
Florida.
Correct. Zoe.
2 weeks going on about this tactics, and now she's gone completely against it, and I think that's really devious and nasty, but there you go.
Round 5, and your total is £8,000. We're taking another 10 seconds off your time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's the friend of bus drivers, Zoe. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Zoe, in politics, in 1998, Gerhard Schroeder was elected Chancellor of which European country?
Russia.
Germany. Jackie, in food and drink, what colour wine is a muscadet, red or white?
Red.
White. Joe, in TV, the theme tune to which Australian soap opera begins with the line, "You know we belong together"?
Home and away.
Correct. D, in pastimes, which word precedes board and follows ice and roller to give the names of 3 ways of moving around?
Blade.
Skate. Leilani, in nature, what causes a gradual change in weather, a cold front or a warm front?
Warm front.
Correct. Zoe, in pop music, Songs in A Minor was a 2001 UK hit album for the American singer Alicia who?
Keys.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in April 2002, which major sporting event was won by Bindari?
Cricket.
Grand National. Joe, in language, the name of which type of vehicle follows the word slow to form a term meaning an idle person?
Coach.
Correct. D, in communication technology, what V is an electronic system for recording and playing back telephone messages?
Voicemail.
Correct. Leilani, what word goes before hike to give a term meaning to travel by obtaining free lifts in motor vehicles?
Hitch.
Correct. Zoe, in music, the ukulele belongs to which family of instruments, wind or string?
String.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in the UK, an official ban forbidding the media to discuss a specified subject is informally known as gagging what?
Dunno.
Order. Joe, in food, which garment worn by women below the waist is also the name of a cut of beef?
Pass.
Skirt. D, in folklore, what G laid a golden egg each day until its greedy owner killed it in an attempt to get all the gold at once?
Goose.
Correct. Leilani, in film, which Belgium actor is nicknamed the Muscles from Brussels?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Correct. Zoe, in the United States, what is the name of the national holiday celebrated every year on the 4th of July?
Thanksgiving.
No, Independence Day. Jackie, in travel, a bed and breakfast establishment is often referred to using which abbreviation?
B&B.
Correct. Joe,
Bank.
which actor who starred in the film? Time's up and I can't complete the question. You banked £1,350, but whose performance has now gone flat? It's time to vote. £25,000. You've got 9,350. You're down to 4 players. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Leilani. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Leilani, in which decade did John F. Kennedy become President of the United States?
60s.
Correct. Jackie, the name of which amphibian goes before the word man to give the term for an underwater swimmer wearing breathing apparatus?
Frog.
Correct. Joe,
Bank.
in travel, the service stations Heston, Membury and Severn View are all found on which English motorway?
M4.
Correct. D, in pop music, what is the surname of the Spice Girl with the nickname Baby and the first name Emma?
Bunton.
Correct. Leilani, in chemistry, the colourless liquid widely used as an antiseptic and hair bleach is called hydrogen what?
Peroxide.
Correct. Jackie,
Bank.
in geography, which word can mean a country or the entire solid part of the surface of the earth?
Continent.
Land. Joe, in weights and measures, 13 is known as a what dozen?
Half.
Baker's dozen. D, in pop music, with which female singer did the British group Faithless have a 2002 UK hit single called One Step Too Far?
Pass.
Dido. Leilani, in medicine, when referring to long-haul air travel, the condition deep vein thrombosis is popularly called what class syndrome?
Economy.
Correct. Jackie, in
Bank.
TV, which children's programme has the same name as the blue and white flag displayed by a ship that is about to leave port?
Blue Peter.
Correct. Joe, in nature, the name of what type of primate goes before orchid to give a flower name and before puzzle to give a tree name?
Pass.
Monkey. D, in modern languages, the words voila and voici mean there you are and here you are in which language?
French.
Correct. Leilani, in medicine, which 4-letter word means the quantity of medication or other treatment administered at one time?
Dose.
Correct, Jackie.
Bank.
In media, the magazines 442 and When Saturday Comes are dedicated to which sport?
Football.
Correct, Joe. In the 2002 film Collateral Damage, which actor plays the character Gordon Brewer? Time's up. The correct answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And in that round, you banked just £1,100. Whose knowledge has gone bust? It's time to vote on the weakest link.
Statistically, Leilani remains the strongest link as she didn't get an answer wrong. Jo answered the most questions incorrectly, making her the weakest link.
Fantastic. And, you know, people can see that we're not all thick. Maybe me. I said I had a degree and then I answered that silly question about the baker's dozen wrong, but nerves.
Round 7. And you've got £10,450 so far. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Leilani. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Leilani, in the NHS, a medical professional who attends patients in their own homes is known as a what nurse?
Social.
District nurse. Jackie, in language, what word is both the American term for a jug and the baseball equivalent of a bowler in cricket?
Pitcher.
Correct. D, in the Bible, Jeremiah says, I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the what?
Slaughter.
Correct. Leilani, in scientific terminology, the English prefix poly derives from a word meaning many in which language?
Latin.
Greek. Jackie, in grammar, which class of words can be transitive or intransitive?
Pass.
Verbs. D, in the 1999 film South Park, based on the TV cartoon series of the same name, which country is at war with the United States?
Russia.
Canada. Leilani, which word follows Greenwich, Battersea and Hyde to give the names of 3 London leisure and tourist attractions?
Park.
Correct, Jackie. According to the proverb, children should be seen and not what?
Heard.
Correct, D. In food, approximately 2/3 of commercially grown walnuts in the world are produced in which western US state?
Pass.
California. Leilani, in sport, which Welsh city was the venue for the 2002 Worthington Cup final?
Cardiff.
Correct, Jackie. In the informal phrase meaning a person who dominates in a specific field, the name of which animal follows the word top?
Pass.
Dog. D. In the 1994 film written by Richard Curtis, there were how many weddings and a funeral?
4.
Correct, Leilani. In decorating, which shortened boy's name is also a type of paint that has a non-shiny finish?
Matt.
Correct, Jackie.
Bank.
In pop music, according to the title of their 1998 debut album, which UK girl group who shared their name with an Egyptian ruler were Kamin Atcha?
Cleopatra.
Correct, D. In maths, what is 2/3 of 300?
Pass.
Time's up. The correct answer is 200. And in that round, you banked just £250. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you banked. So in the next round, potentially, there's £15,000 to be won. The question is, who are you going to hang on to? Who are you going to get?
The whole game, there's been some sort of conspiracy going on, and I think those two were the ringleaders, so it makes no odds to me who wins.
Round 8. You have in the kitty £10,700. By now, you could have had £35,000. There are 2 of you left. In this round, there are 90 seconds, but whatever you win will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. £15,000 is therefore up for grabs. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Jackie. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jackie, in English language, another way of saying something is invalid is to say it's null and what?
Void.
Correct. Leilani, in November 2000, Michael Douglas married which Welsh-born actress?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Correct, Jackie. Which part of the body of a medieval soldier was protected by a gauntlet?
His head.
Hand. Leilani, the first line of a well-known Christmas carol is deck the halls with boughs of what?
Holly.
Correct, Jackie. In the animal kingdom, members of which order of flying mammals usually roost upside down?
Bats.
Correct, Leilani. In DIY, which hand tool with a flat-bladed end, like a chisel, is used for turning screws?
Screwdriver.
Correct, Jackie.
Bank.
In fashion, the US businesswoman who set up a cosmetics company in 1946 is Estee who?
Lauder.
Correct. Leilani. In language, which word is applied to a type of pasta and also to very thin straps on a woman's dress or top?
Spaghetti.
Correct. Jackie.
Bank.
In music, in March 2002, Jessica Garlick was selected by a telephone vote to represent Britain in which contest with a song called Come Back?
Eurovision Song Contest.
Correct. Leilani. In which board game could a particular move be described as en passant?
Chess.
Correct. Jackie. In
Bank.
sleeping, what name is given to two beds arranged one above the other?
Bunk beds.
Correct. Leilani. In the animal kingdom, the gnu or wildebeest is native to which continent?
Africa.
Correct. Jackie. In the acronyms UNICEF and UNESCO, the letters UN stand for what? Time's up. The correct answer is United Nations. Now, you managed between you to win £1,450. The sadness is you actually had a chain of 9 correct answers. What you did win, we'll treble and add to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means prize money tonight of £15,050. But only one of you can take that money away, so now you'll play against each other head to head. I'll ask alternating questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. So Leilani and Jackie, for £15,050, let's play The Weakest Link, which includes the lines, "These vagabond shoes are longing to stray," is named after which American city?
New Jersey.
No, the correct answer is New York. Leilani, in geography, the Falkland Islands lie closest to which South American country?
Peru.
No, the correct answer is Argentina. Jackie, in human biology, the fluid suda or perspiration is more commonly known by what 5-letter name?
Sweat.
That is the correct answer. Leilani, in maths, if someone celebrated their 72nd birthday in April 2002, in which year were they born?
1930.
That is the correct answer. Jackie, the words mammoth, shaman and vodka are all derived from which modern language?
Russian.
That is the correct answer. Leilani, in SMS messages sent on mobile phones, what is meant by the abbreviation MYOB?
My year of birth.
No. Mind your own business. Jackie, in April 2002, which British tabloid newspaper was relaunched, adding the word daily to its title and dropping its red masthead?
Star.
No, the Mirror. Leilani, which cookery term meaning to boil gently can also be followed by the word down to give another way of saying to cool off?
Simmer.
That is the correct answer. Jackie, which 2-word term named after a character in Peter Pan describes a small den in which children play?
Treehouse.
No, the correct answer is Wendy House. Leilani, if you answer this question correctly, you've won. So for £15,050. In music, the name for which button on a CD player is also the term for a large, open-topped refuse container?
Is it bin?
No. Correct answer is skip. After 5 questions each, your scores are tied. So Leilani and Jackie, let's play Sudden Death. Jackie, which actress has the name Billy Bob tattooed above a dragon on her left bicep?
Angelina Jolie.
That is the correct answer. Leilani, in the animal kingdom, if a bird is described as pisciferous, its diet consists primarily of which creatures?
Worms?
No, the correct answer is fish. That means, Jackie, that you are tonight's strongest link.
Come on!
And you go away with £15,050. What are you going to do with the money?
I'm going to donate it to the RSPCA.
Leilani, you leave with nothing. Join us again for The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
If someone said to me, would Anne Robinson make a good page 3 girl, I'd probably just say stick to being nasty.
I don't think I deserve to